All right, good morning. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to another trading futures live stream. All right. So let me organize this thing right here. Okay, 2 minutes for the bell. 2 minutes to the bell. All right. Cool. Good morning. Morning, Beto. Let me set up my smart risk right here. What's going on with my mouse? All right, so in the pre-market, we did some analysis on the dollar. I am neutral bullish on the markets, right? The only thing that makes me a little bit bearish is that the dollar went up. Sorry, the dollar dropped during London, and the markets did not go up. Okay. If the dollar continues to drop and the market does not go up, at some point the dollar is gonna hit some demand, and this thing is going to continue to the downside. If the dollar just continue, if the dollar hits some supply and we are holding right here, then I will expect a continuation to the upside. Okay. But let's see how the internals behave, right? So let me bring my main chart right here. All right, so we're off. Market is opening right now. So we have the overnight high and the overnight low. So the overnight high is not good. The overnight high goes here. There we go. That is the overnight high. All right, I'm gonna open up this thing a little bit so you guys can watch. And I'm going to set up my risk for today. I'm gonna do $250. That is the smart risk. So what happened to me yesterday with the scale out? Finally, I realized the smart risk is when I'm scaling out or putting orders market buy market or sell market, I need to have this on toggle. Okay, this should be off, or just put a limit order to close positions. Okay, that's what I will do today if I happen to scale out. All right, so let's give it a couple minutes to the internals to give us some information. So as of right now, I'm waiting. Just all right, let's go see the dollar. Ooh, the dollar is turning bearish, but the market hasn't go up, has not gone up. So the dollar is in demand. Okay, ideally, I would prefer, because all this was created yesterday during the trading session, right? I don't have anything like this super high quality demand right here. I would say the overnight low right here, these demands, but below this, I don't have much. This is 930, right? But below here is all pre-market, overnight. So the markets want to push down. The dollar is in the zone that we put on the pre-market report video. So 9:33. Let's go check on the volume. The volume I do check on the volume at 9:38. So ADQD opened up obviously on the negative side, very bearish, and the tick chart as well. Now tick chart is trying to push up, but it's extremely bearish though, minus 600. I have a lot of mixed reads here. The dollar is going down, but the market is not going up. Number one. Number two, rates. Let's go check on the rates. Sorry, the yields. I don't know why I keep calling them the rates. Also coming down. Also coming down. That's weird. I think, guys, something is about to change. Either the dollar is going to collapse or this thing is going to collapse. One of them. If the dollar collapses, this thing should be going up. Should go up, but so I do have this overnight. I don't think it's a good area though until we break to the downside. Very choppy opening. That's weird. The dollar is going down and the market is going down. So I do suggest two things. If the dollar holds right there, so the market will have more continuation to the downside. If the dollar just collapses to the downside, then we will have a recovery here. For now, I don't have much information. Like, tick chart created a new low, and we're going down. So that's nothing that I can interpret from there. The ADQD is coming down nonstop. So we did not break the overnight low. The only one breaking the overnight low is the RTY, and it did it pretty sharply though, very sharply. But the other three are holding pretty nicely, so I do expect the RTY to turn around or at least follow the other three. Dollar continues to go down. This thing continues to go down. So let's check on the volume to the lower side. Oh, it's like average. The volume is average, so I don't have something spectacular. All right, so let's take the time here. Let's take the time here. There we go. See if we can break the overnight and go back up. Oh, I do not have group accounts. So we broke the overnight and we're trying to hold right there. Dollar still in the demand. So this does not look good for the equity markets. I don't think we are setting up for a recovery here. We might have some continuation to the downside. Now, my demand, my pre-market demand starts at 280. 280. I don't have it here, but it's around here. That's the pre-market right here. Let me get rid of this too. So we're dropping non-stop. Yeah, the dollar is setting up pretty nicely for a continuation on the short because the dollar is coming down along with this thing. So the dollar is going to hit demand at some point. So I do think a continuation here to the downside is not crazy. I do have this here, but I think I want to pay attention to this one too. Like these two. These two. All right, so what time is it? 2 more minutes for the 7 minute. Let's see if we have some sort of retracement here. I hope it pulls back because I won't be able to short this thing if it continues to go down. The RTY is dropping 3% though. That's not good. Now the dollar is at demand. And it's setting up this thing to continue to drop. So here is the moment of truth. The markets are hitting some demands from yesterday, but I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical because the dollar did not go up. So the dollar is still down. Dollar still down in demand. So the most likely scenario, if the dollar continues to drop along with this thing, the dollar is gonna find demand. The dollar is going to find demand at some point. And that will make this thing even more bearish. All right, so we're going through. These are the days where I don't have a way to get in, right? Because I won't jump in. Now I start feeling FOMO and so on. And that's where I just say, all right, so it's time to just not touch the mouse. Not touching the mouse. So do you guys hear me? I think this I don't know what happened. All right, so I was saying that when I have this type of days where it just yeah, because it already moved. So the retracement is gonna happen. Probably it's very shallow, right? But when you feel FOMO, that's a good sign for you to not touch the mouse. Well, that's very personal, right? But that's what happens to me. Yeah. Crazy. Let's wait. Look, markets is hitting, and the market is hitting demand right there. Dollar is still in the demand, so I don't give it too much. I mean, this demand, I don't think it's going to work. The first thing it did is already used up, right? So prices went through and then are just holding right there. My entire trading system is basing on retracements, right? I won't get anywhere here. Anywhere. It's very hard for me to get anywhere in this move, right? But if I get a retracement, that's when I will just engage to the short side. And probably it's not before 10, it's probably before noon. So that's when I need to be even more patient, right? All right, Nasdaq is down 2.5%. RTY is 2.8%. The AES is minus 2%. So we're giving up everything we made yesterday so far. Let's go to the daily. Wow, well, the daily does not look pretty. I was expecting a bounce right before this point, but let's see. Markets can surprise you. Is it possible that we make back 2.5%? Is wow, is hard to think, right? But it's not impossible. The weekly and the monthly look awful, guys. They don't look good. Even the daily, especially in the NQ. So buyers are trying to hold this area. All right, the dollar did not break through the lows from yesterday and is still holding right there. And the yields very important, are bouncing back up. So the tick chart is trying to push to the upside. The ADQD is certainly very bearish, but for me to short this thing, either let's say I want to short here, right? It's not my preferred area, but let's say I do have this here or this here. Let me watch to the left. I think the overnight is a better location though. I think the overnight will be ideal here. All right, let's go check this on the overnight. And I do have this. This is going to be a tradable reaction. I won't look for a continuation to the downside though. 7 minute is holding right there. But I need the ADQD to retrace to the upside. If I don't have a retracement, I won't take any short right here. Because a retracement on the ADQD is going to come. And until it comes, I won't have a nice high probability setup. Retracements are very shallow though. For those who didn't take the short, just give it up, okay? Until it retraces back up. Well, that's my opinion. If you feel FOMO, you're not in the right state of mind to keep trading, or at least to jump in, okay? So, if you feel FOMO, just let the market do its thing until you have a high probability setup. I was not in this thing short, and I feel like it moved without me, but I got nothing to do. Like, there's nothing I can do. I cannot just jump in here at the low of the chart. Okay? There's a high probability for me to get smashed if I trade in this sideways crap. If you think that you can put a short here and it continues to the downside, that's okay. That could happen, but that doesn't happen the majority of the times. The majority of the time, okay? Majority of the time, you get in this crap and you get burned. It could happen one time, could happen once or twice, but if you trade this crap the majority of the time, you're gonna get burned. So one thing that helps me to stay away from this sideways is just thinking long term, thinking this as a long term strategy, long term career. So you don't go for the quick buck right here. Okay, you can make money today, but in the long run you will lose a lot of money trading this. Yeah, no, it's very stressful, bro. Oh my god, that is very stressful. When I do that, I get even like hangovers, like emotional hangovers. Like, damn, why did I take that shit? I knew it was a bad setup, right? There's a few friend of mine's few friends that trades with me have told me that, like, bro, I've aged years in few months, but it's all because you get into bad trades and you are trying to force them to make money, and you can make money once or twice, but in the long run it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you. Yeah, Rich, just stay away. Wait for the setup to show up, bro. I know it's hard to stay away. Just don't touch your mouse. If you don't touch your mouse, you're not gonna put an order, right? Just grab your hands, put them together here. So you don't touch the mouse until you have a setup, right? When you have a setup, you go back and you execute. Okay. I don't know your trading plan. I don't know your trading system, but I don't have anything right now. I know it moved a lot, but I didn't have any entry. Okay. So for me, it's just waiting. If it doesn't pull back today, if it doesn't pull back, then I won't take any trade. If it pulls back, I will take a trade. Okay, so that's the way I trade. It has worked for me, pretty nicely. Yeah, stacking bananas. That's the intention here, right? To help more people. Now I trade. My trading style might be different to yours. If you have a setup, then I encourage you to take it. For me, there's nothing to do. Okay. That's why I'm just keeping my hands here, so I don't touch the mouse. I am an spectator right now. And I think a big part of this job is waiting and having patience. If you have the strength to develop the patience required, I think you can succeed. Well, it improved my trading big time. Yes, sometimes I do miss some setups, right? That I used to take in the past, but in the past I didn't make as much money as I'm making today. So I think it's working for the better for me. Okay. Yeah, the volatility in the account can make you very stressed out. Like I did have those days when I made five, six, seven, and then I lost. One day I lost $40,000 in a funded account. I had the account. I was making $50,000, and in just one, not even one day, I think in a couple of hours, I lost $40,000, and that was certainly painful for my mental account. So it took me a lot of time to recover that day, those 2 hours. Okay. So is that worth it? I don't. I think a professional trader just have a system and is more systematic and takes the approach more technical, right? No, like, all right, I see this thing moving down, I will just jump in. All right, so the dollar still holding that demand, and this thing is just moving down. That's not good. If the dollar keeps moving down along with this thing, I think we will have more downside in the equity markets. Right now, we are almost 2.8%. Minus 2.8% in the NQ, 3% on the RTY, and 2.25% on the ES. None of them are breaking, sorry, the yesterday's low. Okay. Bro, when you have a big loss, you have two options, right? If you have a day that you screwed up and that money is already lost, right? So you have two actions that you can take. You either take an action to improve, right? or you just let it pass. If you let it pass, that big loss is gonna turn even bigger in a future day. Okay, probably not in a week or 2 weeks, but I almost guarantee you that you will have a bigger loss, because that was my biggest loss ever. But I did have some big loss before that day, and I didn't care. Okay, I didn't do the work to just trying to change myself and force myself to do the right thing. If you're trading a size, let's say 1 mini or 1 micro, whatever, just take it slow and get better with that size. Get better with that size, because oversizing was the worst thing that I did. Okay, oversizing and trying to recover and recoup losses the same day, like immediately. I wanted the immediate gratification right away. I want it now. So that's what hurt me the most. Now I'm more oriented to the future. Like I can have a loss, but I know tomorrow, or if it's not tomorrow, in 2 days, I will have a winner that will make all those losses, right? Because I do make 4 or 5 times whatever I risk. So if I lose 2, 3, 4 trades in a row, with just one trade, I can make it back. Okay, I have a very reliable trading system, and I feel very confident. Confident, not that I'm gonna win the next trade. Confident that I will make money in the long run, right? It's just a game of probabilities. If you don't get to that point, to that stage, I think you're not ready yet. You need to prove your system and your mentality to a stress test. Like, if you go back to my H1, I have a link there. I don't know if I think you just see a report, but at some point I can, probably the Saturday on the recaps, whatever, I can review the month of May. I did have 11 red trading days in a row. 11, right? And that month ends up being break-even month for me, the month of May, right? But I did have 11 trading days red in a row. That was like very painful. But I think I managed to just keep trading, and do the right thing. And I came back from that month. All right, so we do have some move down right here. So I'm gonna have to just clear all this thing. Let's go check on the dollar. Still in the same place. It's not bueno, guys. All right, so let's see if we can. Okay, we do have this. We do have this. All right, let's see if we can put a trade right here. Here's the thing. If this thing just go down non-stop and it doesn't come back, we do have a, let's say, let me change my screen, but okay, if we move down here, right, completely to the downside, and we just stay here and we base, that's a normal variation day. That happens 4% of the time, right? 4% of the time in the year. So that will be part of the 10 trading days that do this, okay? But 96% of the times, this thing retraces back up, right? So either here or here, somewhere, okay? So that's what happens 96% of the days. We move, then we have a retracement, and then we continue, okay? Do I want to be part of the 4% or do I want to be part of the 96%? I just going to wait. And if this thing just stays here, fine. It's just part of the 4%. I didn't take any trade. So we went through the ATR extension line. So we're stretching this range today. So the NQ is minus 3%. Crazy. Let me go check on Apple. Apple might be at all right, so we went through my demand. So final target was met right there. For 144 is right now Apple is 143. It's minus 5% today. It's crazy. Let's go other Netflix. Ooh, Netflix is holding pretty nicely. Is minus 1%. Obviously, Netflix is being bought. While all real estate companies are crashing. Bitcoin 18,900, 18,950. What about Meta? What about Google? Wow, Google is dropping big time below $100. All right, so 11,195. I think we will have more downside. So the dollar hasn't moved from the demand. So if this thing doesn't move to the supply, we won't bounce until this thing is right there. I don't think we will bounce. Amazon 114. But all these stocks, even though the index is coming down, the one is hurting the index is Apple. Apple is the one that is dragging the index down. And guess what? Apple is not even close to the mid-June lows. Mid-June lows is 130. We're at 143 in Apple. Tesla minus 5%. All right. What do you guys think? Uh, will we have a bounce here or just dropping nonstop? All right. No pullback. No pullback. I wonder if Master have said something that made the markets more scared. Rates are holding pretty, like yields are holding pretty nicely right there, 3.8. And the dollar is in demand now, is starting to catch up. I want to see if the VIX finally moved to the upside. Yeah, 33. Yeah, but we haven't broken yesterday's. Yeah, we're about to retest that. Now for the NQ, the low is 68.50, 1168.50. So we are like 110 points. Hundred more points, it'll be like 4%. It's brutal though. This drop is brutal with no pullback. Yeah, here very shallow pullback. Nothing for me. I would have expected here the overnight low, but never came back. Then I have this one, just a drop from there. Very shallow pullbacks, guys. It's not safe for me right now. And the more it comes down, the less safe is to short. The more it comes back down, the less safe is for me to short. You can notice the difference with yesterday's. Yesterday's move, they had retracements, right? That was a lot safer to too long, right? What happens when you try to short right here so close to the lows is that short sellers are piling up orders here. And if they start covering up their shorts, this is going to cause a retracement, a squeeze to the upside, right? That you don't want to get into that. They're going to run over you. Like I said, if we have a normal variation day where we dropped and we stay sideways the rest of the day, fine. I won't take any trades today. So finally, the tick chart broke to the upside. First time in the trading session. First time the tick chart breaks to the upside, and it took 51 minutes to do it. Go see the dollar. Nice. I hope the dollar continues to drop right there so I can short here or here. We're close. So I'm gonna lower my risk. I'm gonna put a $190 instead of regular risk. I don't want to risk more after this should move 2%. So we did not break yesterday's low though in any of the markets. Let me see the Dow. No, no, none of them were breaking the lows. So now the good part of we having this retracement is that the tick chart created a high, right? So if we're gonna short here, we need the divergence. We have to have the tick chart below the high. That's even higher probability. If we're gonna take any of these areas with the tick chart, that will enhance big time my trade. Because the problem with the tick chart being so low is that you don't have a high. Like everything, it was below zero, right? It does make sense. Like you're dropping like crazy here, so you don't have a positive read on the tick chart. Now I do have some areas in the ADQD and some areas on the tick chart that I like, which I didn't have a few minutes ago. There we go. Nice, MS. Cool. I haven't placed any trade yet. R2Y minus 3.3%. And Q is catching up right there. 2.5 for the ES. Bro, I don't wanna like critique older traders, but I got my system. I try to do the best, right? I don't think the guy makes 3,500 in a day. I've seen him just put a trade and grab $200 with one mini. It's how much you're risking. Like my bias on the pre-market was neutral long, right? Neutral bullish. So if I would have stick to that bias, I would be losing. But I recognize when the markets change, right? It changes. You need to adapt. So I am patiently waiting for the setup. I could be here for 3 hours until the setup is right there. But I will force myself not to take any trade until I do have a nice setup. But I'm impressed how the guy has 100,000 people just following him. I'm really impressed. I figure it takes time, right, to build a channel. So this is a real challenge for me because sometimes I could pass as a boring trader because um, I won't give you excitement. Like I will give you the other side of the coin. I will prefer to give you some like calming towards the market because I used to see these big drops and I will get so excited and then I will get burned. Right? So excitement and trading is not good. Who knows? But it used to go up last year big time. It's going down right now. It's I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's healthy for the markets to retrace. Bear markets. Yeah. Bro, the retracements are so shallow right here. Look at this. Oh my god. Well, 50 points out of 400. Shit is moving 400 points to the downside. Just 50 points retracement. I don't pretend 250 points, but at least 100 points. Thank you, Stack. Um, if you share the channel to your friends, I'll be pretty great. So I can grow this thing. No, this is look. I trade off of the 500 volume. Are you able to you don't read here. Let me bring this chart here. Let me close it up a little bit. All right. Now there we go. So I trade off of the mini, right? But for risk management purposes, I do the micro here, right? So the chart that you're watching is the mini candles on the 500 volume bar. So I trade off of the volume bar. No, no. This is I just have the micro on the 15-minute just to look. The 15-minute micro chart is transparent. If you double click here, you see here the micro is transparent. It's not showing up right there. So what I do, I like to chart on this chart of the mini because I gotten better at that, at this chart. And when I draw the zones, let's say I put a zone right here, right? That's on the mini. But when I execute, it goes to the micro because this is the micro chart right here. But you could just do the micro chart and try to chart yourself right here. But I don't like the micro. I think the mini is more accurate for me. But that's just me. Like, you can trade off of the 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. But I happen to like the 500 volume bar on the mini contract. Welcome, Tom, by the way. Thanks for following me. So the first area that I do have is 241. I think a retracement to this 227 is not crazy. So we might have this retracement at any time during the day. It's just 10:30. So it's just 10:30. This thing closes at 4 in the afternoon. Let's wait for the setup. So NQ is pushing lower. NQ is pushing lower. So the low for the year is 0.68. Bro, we're so close. So while this thing is doing its thing, right? While this thing is moving, let's see if we can have a retracement. I want to see what happened if I would have taken a nice setup to the downside. So here, pre-market, 34. So we broke here to the downside. We never had a retracement up. I did have this area though. I did have a retracement to this area, did not. So these two pivots right here. So we broke the overnight low. We didn't even went to the next supply right here. So we continued the overnight low. Very shallow. It's more like a sideways pattern. And this was the one. How much was this one? 45 points. This one, 53 points. Very shallow retracements for the movement. Now for me to trade in this sideways is very hard. Like there's nothing for me to take a long, right? The dollar hasn't moved out of the zone yet. So that makes me think if the dollar stays here, that makes me think that the market will have more downside. Okay, because the dollar with this move, right? The dollar should have moved up, right? But it hasn't. Let me show you. Here's the dollar chart, right? So we are here basing. So from the open, right? We have been sideways in this crap. Okay. The only thing the market will move up is if this thing really collapses, which I don't know if it's gonna happen, right? This thing is moving pretty nicely here. Or the dollar comes back up at least to this area, right? And start to retrace back down. I think that's the only scenario that I see possible here. But if the dollar stays here where it's at, I don't think the market will recover today. It's minus 3%. It's not easy. But we were minus 2.5 overnight yesterday, and then we made all that back. Okay, so I'm really cautious right here. So ADQD created a low close to 2800 minus 2800, and it's sideways right now. I would ideally I would rather this thing to go to the upside a little bit. And the tick chart not making a new high for my trade here. So tick chart comes to the extreme, like around plus 400, less than that, and then this thing starts to retrace. The dollar is coming down, and this thing is not moving to the upside, guys. Let's see. Well, you think the buyers are just showing up right there? Probably. We didn't break yesterday's low. That's pretty aggressive, though. So 1022, 1022, this is the high for the tick chart. And ideally, I would like the prices to go up here, and this thing not breaking any high on the tick chart. That will be a pretty nice setup to go short here. For now, it's just going sideways right there. I'm gonna take 5 minutes off, guys. I do have that set up, but I don't think it's gonna be on in 5 minutes. I'm gonna have some sun and pour a cup of coffee, okay? I'm coming back in few. All right. Finally, we are having a small retracement. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so the tick chart made a new high, but rejected immediately. So still biased short. Ooh, the dollar is dropping. Wow. Dollar's dropping big time. I think the dollar might have turned a negative for the day. Yeah. This is amazing. The dollar is going down and the market is going down as well. So we didn't break the lows from yesterday. Can we recover this day? Can we recover this type of day? I don't know, but I certainly have this area as a very bullish area, so we'll not stretch this trade. We'll go max for 3 to 1. So what I would do is this, right? Narrow my zone a little bit. Still in the, it is still the invalidation point ultimately is up here. So, but I'm gonna break these areas in two so I can take more than one trade. If I get stopped out here, the next one might work, but for me to enter this trade, I need to have the divergence on the tick chart. And I figure if we are very bullish here, we will have some better reads on the tick chart. Now the ADQD is setting up very nicely for the short. Let's see. How much is this retracement? 74. Okay. It's not ideal, but that's what we're getting today. Tick chart hitting a extreme. So you see how this market is being sold off. It's being sold off. Every time the tick chart gets to an extreme, prices just go down. Bunch of orders come in for the to the sell side. Now the counterpart of this is that if we have a squeeze to the upside, a lot of short sellers are going to be forced to cover their positions. That will make a recovery even more aggressive. Look, I'm impressed how with this momentum to the downside, we did not get to break yesterday's low. That is quite significant for me. With this momentum to the downside, we didn't break yesterday's low. Hmm. It came 10 points from my supply right here. Right, so tick chart finally break into the upside. This one is not the one. This one is not the one. Let's see if is this one. This one is not the one. This one is definitely not the one. Tick chart became more bullish. Okay, and the ADQD. Sorry, the 7 minute has 2 more minutes. So this one is not the one. That's good because every time it goes in more retraces harder, it's better for us to short it. So I did have an area here. I would have gotten filled right here. I would be more than 1 to 1 right now, but there are two things. Tick chart made a new high, which is okay. It's showing exhaustion, but um, but the 7 minute is closing right now. So I might take this area now that the 7 minute is closing. All right, let's see if I can have a retracement here on the 7 minute, and I will take this area. There you go. So let me see if I can retake this. There you go. Cool. Now I would put on the target right here. I know it looks very confusing. The chart has a lot of drawings. Get rid of everything. See if we can have a break to the upside so we can put the trade right here. Oh, come on. It worked. It worked. And at this stage, I don't think it's all right. So the 7 minute is still sideways. I don't want to wait much if I want to take this trade. Ideally, would have been here just going through and then we take it to the downside. It is just too sideways. Yeah, I do have the target right here. The 192 is the support that I have. Resistance at 250 is where I want to short this thing, but it doesn't, like here I didn't have the setup, right? Because of the 7 minute. The 7 minute was about to close right here. Close at 9. So every time I put the trade right before the candle is closing, I get burned. Yeah, let's wait for the setup. If this one does not work, I do have 75 around there, like 70 to 80. Yeah. Yeah, ideally I wanted to retest 250. But right now the tick chart is on the zero line. If we get a bounce, yeah, forget it. This thing is gone. All right, so this is not we did have a gap top on the tick chart. ADQD was fine, dollar was okay, everything was aligned. The only thing I was not considering a good thing was the 7 minute was about to close. So I guess that proves that that's not a good rule. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's working right now. I had my I had the setup right there and I didn't pull the trigger. I want to go back and see the recording to see exactly where I did have the order. Okay, I think it was like around here, 48. Do you guys saw it? MS? You see where my order was before because I canceled it, I put it up here waiting for it to go up. And then I brought down this bracket order. Yeah, I do think 92 is the support right there. Like I do have this. Yeah. I think 92 is the area where the demand is for me, right? Now, right there is very important point. You have a lot of pivots right here. Look, you have 1, 2, 3, all this crap sideways. Yeah, 200. That's why me too. My target was around here before that. All right, when you have areas, you need to execute. Like, look what happened to me right now. I didn't execute properly, and the thing worked. I wanted the over. I wanted the trade to be 100% sure, and I didn't take it. Yesterday, right? You mean institutional buying from 806 to 807? Yesterday, right? Because we haven't broken today. Um, what time was this yesterday though? Oh, 5 in the morning. My mistake. Probably, yeah. And it's holding the thing because we didn't break yesterday's low. So my question is, can we make all those losses back today? Wow, it doesn't look very likely, but anything can happen. Bro, this thing is so hard. Like I did have this, right? And it's a very little thing. Like the 7 minute was not closing. I didn't take the trade. Now this shit is dropping. Um, that's why you need to be mentally so strong just to grasp these type of things, right? Yeah. No, no, I know I shouldn't punish myself for that. Um, I am very strict with myself though. I need to try to be more flexible sometimes. And that's one thing that has hurt me big time in trading, perfection. Trying to be perfect is not possible. This thing is just so random that it's impossible to be perfect. So I guess we have something to talk about Saturday. On Saturday live, I do a live stream in the morning. Um, this setup is definitely going there. There you go. That's the target. The good part is that all right, I didn't take this one, but I will take the next one. So I will just have to wait for the next setup. Did anyone take this short right there at 248? I guess nobody did. Yeah, cool. Turn that shit up. Turn that to turn the computer off and go to the beach or somewhere else. Congrats, though. I haven't made it, not even $1 today. But I think I saved a lot. Just staying away. We'll see. Let's go see the dollar. Bro, the dollar is still coming down. Dollar is still coming down. So I don't know if this thing will recover today. To tell the truth. If this thing is coming down along with the dollar will hit some demand at some point, and this thing will have more continuation to the downside. Unless the dollar goes up and hits some sort of supply, then yes. But the dollar is still holding right there. Yeah, of pound, right? Yeah, I figure they have to. I posted on the Instagram three. Oh my, it's very funny. Like three um 3 Spider-Mans like watching each other, pound, euro, and dollar all paired. Crazy what is happening. Strong dollar is not even good for us. Exporters here are being hurt. That's not good. Yeah, Japan is very bad though. The yen hit like 30, 40 years low against the dollar. It's horrible. But they have been buying yens though. They have been selling a lot um, dollars up there in Japan. And Germany had the worst CPI read. I think it was today, like almost 11%. Found something unimaginable 3 years ago. They had deflation. Yes. Let's see how much can they resist. I don't think if the Fed don't help them, they won't be able to compete with us. It's impossible. We are massive as a currency. I don't think a strong dollar is even convenient for us at this point. And the dollar is behaving like some sort of sovereign crisis is going to happen. I'll tell you the truth. Like, I'm not an expert, but I don't like when the dollar goes up so sharply. All right, so we did have this trade. We did not take it. I did not take it. Um, everything was set up, but just one little tiny rule that the 7 minute was about to close. So I wanted the retracement here. If this candle would have gotten here, I would have gotten filled. This little candle, right? But that didn't happen, and I am out. So this setup is going for Saturday session, where I review my missed trades and I backtest them. I download the data and I replay all the scenarios, and we see where we made the mistake. So that is Saturday, probably 9:45 or 10 a.m. I think those sessions on Saturdays were the ones that made me a good trader. Just spending time off of the trading hours and reviewing the charts with the market close, and see the thing replaying and replaying again until I got some idea of what I could do to enhance my trading. I think that made me a very good trader, spending some times off of trading hours. All right, so the 192 created some sort of reaction right here, but we are back to the resistance. Let's see if we manage to hold. It doesn't look like this thing will keep retracing to the upside. I will not touch this thing to the long side. Not right now. I'm not saying this cannot change. It could change. But as of right now, I won't take it to the long side. And the short was right here, and I failed to take it. Right, I didn't take it. Well, let's see what this thing does. What this thing does. Let's wait. Is 11:30, so is yeah, the higher probability is to the downside. Now the dollar hasn't moved up yet. If the dollar does not move up, it's hard for this thing to catch up to the upside. Dollar needs to move up and then reach some sort of supply for me to take this long. Okay. Although I need to recognize that we didn't break yesterday's low, and that's pretty damn bullish move, especially with this momentum to the downside. So we're dropping 3%, and we didn't manage to break yesterday's low. Something is happening right there. By the way, this level was yesterday's low on the pre-market, right? On the pre-market. From 74 to 41. And then we below here, we have the lows for the year. That is 66 or something around here. So we're 140 points off of the lows. And I guess it's normal that those lows at least hold partially, right? Temporarily, I mean. We could hold prices temporarily. I will leave this bracket order right there. But I understand this thing is less likely to work again for a few reasons. The first one is that we came here, right? We used up more than 50% of the area, right here. And number two, tick chart did not make a new low. Well, it didn't make a new low here, so it's understandable that. Let's see if we can get higher prices and lower reading on the tick chart. Ideally, this one here. Let's go check on the dollar. Yeah, the dollar is still moving down. The dollar is still moving down, so I'm still biased on the short side. We did have the 8-week and 4-week auction. Wow, the 8-week. If you lock up your money for 8 weeks on a treasury note, you will get 3.07%. That is outrageous. Just 6 weeks, guys. 6 weeks, not 5 years, not 10 years, not 30 years. Wow. This is a carnage on bonds. Things are going bad. For those who don't understand how the bonds work, if the prices of the bond goes down, meaning less buyers, the yields go up. So now this thing, if you lock your money for 8 weeks, you will get 3.065%. That used to be 0.1% like 1 year ago. If you lock up your money for 8 weeks, they wouldn't even pay you. Like 0.01 or 0.05%, something around that amount. Right now it's 3%. That's not good. That is the 8 weeks treasury note auction. Just came out at 11:30. So if you buy a note from the treasury and you lock up your money for just 8 weeks, they will pay you 3.06%. And you can buy those treasuries straight. Like you don't need a dealer. You don't need an intermediary. You can go to treasurydirect.com and buy those treasuries yourself. You can buy as little as $100. And you will give them you will give them something around like $97, and they will return you the $97 plus 3% a year, but for 8 weeks. And I don't think there is a max. I think you can do millions of dollars, but I'm not 100% sure. So you will pay no commissions. You will buy them straight from the treasury. And the website is treasurydirect.gov or treasurydirect.com. Just Google Treasury Direct. Let me Google it myself. Yeah, treasurydirect.gov. Yeah. There you go. And you can buy as an individual. I can assure you he has more than 1 billion in those. Probably has few billions. Like it's a no-brainer. You make 3%, quote unquote, risk-free, right? Although you have the inflation risk, but if you figure right now, inflation is in food and some other goods, right? Like durable goods and stuff. But you as an individual, right? How much can you spend in food a month? 20, 30% of your income. If you are a high net if you have a high income, you will spend so much in food, right? So um I know. Um I know why YouTube showed like held this message for review. That's crazy. Because you put fuck, man. Yeah, I got it. Um yeah. Um I don't look being become a billionaire is it's crazy, but I think a multi-million fortune, you will be very happy and you'll make same life as a billionaire. I don't think those guys spend too much money in there. Uh, they probably invest a lot, like, but the majority of the money is invested, right? They use very little for their entertaining or living their life. I think having a lot of money and being happy is a balance that everyone needs to achieve, right? There's an interview with Jack Ma. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Like when I had $1 million, he says, when I had $1 million, um, I felt like um, I felt very rich and I felt happy, whatever. When I had $1 billion, I felt like I was scared to lose it. And now that I have, and that's by the time he had $10 billion, he says, now that I had 10 billion, I have $10 billion. I feel like those $10 billion are not mine. So that's a pretty nice interview. Yeah, that's where they get their happiness, I guess, changing people's lives. So part of me and my friend open up a YouTube was number one, the accountability, um, something to show people that and try to force ourselves to do the right thing while we trade. And the other part was that we felt like, look, we have an edge, right? There's so many scammers in YouTube, so many bad traders just showing up and making money um, off of their like I would say, a lack of skills or just crazy trades, and people are just watching those traders and they're being hurt because they don't teach them anything, right? So we felt like, look, we have an edge, we can share with people and help a lot of people. So that was another reason that why we decided to open up a channel. No, Stag, you would if you want, you can change. I think I think anybody can change. So it's 11:41. I did have this setup. Right now it's just chopping between the zones. It is a shame that I did not take this trade, but it is what it is. I made a mistake. No, I didn't make a mistake. I didn't have the setup aligned 100%. So I was too strict with this. Um, and it worked pretty nicely. My target was my target was here right before. So it met the target. but right now it's chopping around. So I don't think I will take any other trade unless this thing goes up. The long hasn't is not ready yet. I'm not gonna say the markets cannot recover. It certainly can, but as of right now, the dollar is dropping, and if the dollar continues to drop, I don't think this thing is gonna um, go higher anytime soon. Um, it'll need the dollar to go up a little bit, retrace to the upside for a continuation. I think the dollar at some point is gonna encounter demand. All right, so it's 11:43. I'm gonna close the live. Tomorrow is Friday. We have had two very volatile days, yesterday and today. So let's see what we have tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna close the live stream. If you like what I do here, consider subscribing to the channel and share to other people to see if we can grow this thing. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Snack. See you guys. Okay, thank you. Bye.